Hello everyone, you can call me Glade, and this is Lord Babylon. About a year ago, I was scrolling through Instagram and I found him off of a reel. I didn't know if I was getting rage baited or not, but let's just say I was typing up a very big storm to my friend. I mean, how can't you when he says stuff like this?
If your woman smiles at another man, it's over. She doesn't like you, and she never liked you. She's not for you. She's for the whole team. You may as well kiss your relationship goodbye. Once she smiles at another dude, that's a clear indication that she wants to go back on the market. And it's men like this that will never learn. You're welcome.
He is completely serious about that, by the way. I would say his content is like red pill incel content. I say red pill because a lot of his posts revolve heavily around dating and dealing with women. I say incel because he seems to dislike women a lot and just talk crazy about them. Same for men too. He talks about everything and everyone crazy. It's kind of wild. The more you pay attention to what he says, the more he loses the plot. And when you see how he was before, it'll both come out of left field, but feel oh so fitting. So why don't we take a trip to Babylon? First things first, people think Babylon is satire, and I thought so too, but he's not. Though, that would have been a genuine setup for ironies not even Shakespeare could write. Personally, this video had me convinced he wasn't satire.
Fellas, never make this mistake when it comes to women. Next time you find out that a woman is in a relationship, don't ever say the words, "Oh, thanks for telling me you had a boyfriend." Already you look like that desperate, needy, thirsty, nice guy that every woman finds repulsive. I remember I made the same mistake back in April of 2021, possibly around 9-10 p.m. I was texting this girl I met on Facebook dating for several months, which it got me nowhere. I looked on her Facebook, and it said that she was in a relationship. I felt so upset that I got on Messenger with her, and I told her these exact words. "Thanks for telling me you have a boyfriend." She then replied with, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was supposed to tell you." Now, when I look back on that now, I would be fucking damned if I were to ever make that same mistake again. Now, fellas, if you ever tell a woman, "Thanks for telling me you have a boyfriend," you know what she's thinking in the back of her mind? She's thinking you're fucking crazy, and she's thinking that you can't get other girls. She's thinking you're that nice guy simp with a cotton candy dick, just like all the rest of them. Now, believe me when I tell you this. The men that say, "Oh, thanks for telling me you have a boyfriend," I can promise you it's over, and that girl will never look at you the same. You're welcome.
Like, who else is gonna give the exact year, date, and time they got curved by a woman to the World Wide Web? This comes from the heart and soul. This is lived experience. But the real confirmation for me that he wasn't satirical was when he made a video honoring his grandfather who passed and had another video saying he would never take a woman's last name due to the respect he has for his grandfather.
As a man, if you change your last name to your woman's last name, you are disrespecting your ancestors. You are disrespecting your bloodline. I would rather be crucified than ever disgrace the name of my great-grandfather by bearing the surname of my spouse. Great-grandfather, if you were alive today and you saw that I took the surname of my spouse, you would have every right to dishonor me.
Now, if he only said he would never take a woman's last name because of the respect he has for his grandfather, I would have never came to this conclusion. But showing his grandfather's grave online cemented it for me. I don't think anyone would go that far for the bit. But since we now know his videos are his genuine thoughts, we can dissect them. Now, his content has been more political nowadays, but he also posts women and dating advice, and that's what we're gonna look at. In general though, his advice tends to be too broad or lacking nuance. Relationship dynamics are, well, dynamic. There's no one size fit all for you or anybody. But Babylon tries to set up all these rules and regulations for interacting with women, and they just fall flat. And I've got two examples of that. In a video where a wife records herself and her husband on vacation, Babylon had this to say.
This is how you know your woman doesn't respect you. POV, your husband can't sit still on vacation. How do you put up with such disrespect? How? Anytime your woman makes a post like this about you, she is making fun of you. And a lot of you men are too stupid to realize that. If my woman ever posted this shit about me, I would draw the line and say, "Listen, if you ever make shit like this about me again, we are fucking done." That is the only way you can get your woman to stop disrespecting you like this. Because if you don't, it's gonna continue to get worse and worse. And she'll eventually leave you. Or better yet, she might even cheat on you. You're welcome.
Babylon's main point is that posting this video shows a lack of respect. The wife is for sure making fun of him here, but it's playful and innocent. The video is supposed to be funny and relatable. She's doing a very peaceful activity, and what's her husband doing? Jumping off of their vacation vessel. This can't be funny, we can't laugh at that? Both of them are travel influencers, by the way, so this type of content is very on brand. But that context isn't that important to Babylon. By not even doing the tiniest bit of research, Babylon just comes off as uninformed while looking stupid for making a video about a comedic moment on a couple's vacation.
How do you put up with such disrespect?
By pinning the video, so I guess pretty well.
I would draw the line and say, "Listen, if you ever make shit like this about me again, we are fucking done. Because if you don't, it's gonna continue to get worse and worse. And she'll eventually leave you."
Yeah, I don't think so. Like I said before, Babylon's perspectives have a lack of nuance. But from his reading of the video to me, he comes off to me as socially inept while also not being able to understand that social and relationship dynamics can just look different from person to person. This next video was about a man asking his wife if he should do anything special for his haircut.
So my husband just texted me and said, want me to do anything special with my hair because he's at the barber right now. And as I was scrolling on Pinterest trying to see if there was any inspiration I could send him, I found some horrible things that we need to discuss.
Now, before I begin this video, I just want to say I'm not going to take shots at Brett Cooper. I think she's a lovely human being. I think she's a walking breath of fresh air. However, what I am going to take shots at is the text message her husband sent her. Why the fuck are you asking your wife what type of haircut you should get? You're a fucking man. Pick something. Anytime I see a man ask his woman, oh, what type of haircut should I get? What type of haircut should I get? That just screams people pleaser, beta male, soy boy, cotton candy dick. If you ask your woman, what type of haircut should I get? You already lost. In the back of her mind, she's thinking, this guy's a fucking pushover. This guy's a fucking loser. He has no balls. That's exactly what your woman's thinking. Validation seeking and approval seeking. And that's what that is. Bro, you don't have to ask your woman what type of haircut you should get. Just pick something. You fuck. You're welcome.
Why is he getting so mad? He's always frying me. It's not bad to ask your partner for their input. It shows you're thinking about them. Not only that, but a little birdie told me that it's good when your wife finds you attractive. A man wanting to see his wife happy and attractive to him is getting Babylon furious. Also, didn't Babylon say a woman smiling at another man means she's for the whole team? But it's okay to have her look at other men on Pinterest.
If your woman smiles at another man, it's over. She doesn't like you, and she never liked you. She's not for you. She's for the whole team.
I honestly thought Babylon would have had more of an issue with this. I guess he's just inconsistent with that. Whatever. He also says women don't like indecisive men.
No woman ever wants to hear their man ask them, are you hungry? This represents indecisiveness. And one of the qualities that women find unattractive in a man is indecisiveness. Being indecisive means you lack leadership. Now you're shifting the responsibility onto her, and she doesn't want that. Why the fuck are you asking your wife what type of haircut you should get? You're a fucking man. Pick something. In the back of her mind, she's thinking, this guy's a fucking pushover. This guy's a fucking loser. He has no balls.
But here she is, making the decision, without an issue. Babylon's conclusions crumble even more when you actually take the time to look into their relationship. At the start of the video, he said she was, and I quote, a breath of fresh air.
Now, before I begin this video, I just want to say I'm not going to take shots at Brett Cooper. I think she's a lovely human being. I think she's a walking breath of fresh air.
That means he likes her, right? Pin that. Now, does it seem like Babylon would have a problem with a man dealing with issues brought on by a woman? Yes, he would. But here's Brett Cooper, the woman in the video, saying that she brought baggage into their relationship with her unresolved issues.
But I do agree that you need to have worked through a lot of your crap.
Yeah.
And that
Exactly.
so that you're not bringing a lot of that baggage in. And I probably could have done a better job of that at the beginning of Alex's my relationship, but he was so patient and kind about that.
Once she says you're a nice guy or that you're amazing, it's over. When women get a certain impression that you're nice, she will never let you see her naked. It gives her the impression that you get no play, you get no bitches, you're basically the most unfuckable man on the planet. Now, if she says that you look nice, you may have a chance. But if she says that you are nice, you can never come back from that.
Patience? Kindness? For a woman? I think Babylon would have called him a beta, a cuck, and an SIMP for putting up with that back then. But they got through all of that, and now he has a wife that Babylon himself thinks is a breath of fresh air. But she should have been repulsed by him asking her what to do with his hair? Do you hear yourself? Oh, and they have a kid together now. What's the point of nitpicking these scenarios if you're gonna be so off base? Babylon's advice falls flat because his conclusions don't line up with real life outcomes. He blows things out of proportion, lacks the ability to see past his own biases, and treats relationships as a one-size-fits-all. As a side note, when I was looking for the original video, which by the way is just her looking at haircuts, not being disgusted by her husband, I found it on Reddit. I found 2 of these Reddit comments that were just confusing. The whole he's got a point thing is dumb to me, because this video is about a man asking his wife for a haircut, not a man who thinks that what his wife says goes. If you want to talk about that on videos where it actually happens, please. And not small videos about a man asking his wife for a haircut suggestion. Stop reaching, please. I'm not even surprised these guys are like top 1% commenters. This is like top tier Redditor behavior. But anyway, are my arguments ironclad? Who knows? But this is how I see his content, and I think it's very flawed. Overall, I think he's an interesting person to watch, but not a person to ever take seriously or even consider. But there is one last thing I haven't talked about. One last thing that I've been hiding. So, what if I told you this isn't the real Babylon? You see, I've dusted off the old manuscripts and I found out the truth. The truth is, this man is a complete dork, bro. Babylon's early content is the least you'd expect from someone like him. The best way I can honestly describe it is just TikTok cringe.
Blowjobs, blowjobs, blowjobs. Hi, Uber? Hi, I'm calling to file a complaint today. It's about my driver. His name is Robert. First of all, my driver today was a dog.
Younger Babylon was very, very different. But the interesting thing I found was what his interests were. For Halloween one year, he dressed up as Eric Draven from the movie Crow. He showed us this by posting his makeup transitions. He posted one video on Halloween and the other 3 a week after, just because, you know, he forgot to post them. But this last interest is both surprising, yet so unexpected. Babylon is an anime fan. The jokes write themselves. Also, this is the happiest, most natural state I've seen him ever, like in this whole video.
Naruto tweets. Naruto tweets. Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Who do you think would win in a fight, Kilo or Yu-Gi-Oh?
Fun fact, he's still an anime fan to this day, which is good, I guess.
I then asked Google Gemini to turn me into a Dragon Ball Z character, and you are not going to believe what they made next.
There isn't anything wrong with his old content or his interests. It's just weird to go from that to ragging and judging every little thing that men and women do. I just don't know why he's like this or what happened. What happened that caused him to think, I need to go from a TikTok dweeb to a red pill incel? Like, what? That's really all I have to say about Mr. Babylon. I'm not here to bash anyone, honestly. I just saw some contradictions and faulty logic in his content and wanted to speak on it. Most people don't really take him seriously. A lot of people just go after his appearance and make fun of him. So as someone myself who, you know, talks fast, kind of speaks weird, and, you know, I have a lisp, I wanted to make something thought out and articulate, but that's just my content in general, so. Though I'm not gonna act like I don't get why they do it. He's kind of Reddit mod, incel Cody, it's very stereotypical kind of how he is. Though I will say, a lot of the comments people post on his content are funny as hell. Even going back to his old videos, like from way back, I saw people making comments 1 hour ago, 20 minutes ago, and it was like, bro, what's happening, what's going on? Also, I think he's deleting some of the older content that he has. I had a few links to his older content, it wasn't that bad, you know, TikTok cringe, things like that, things what I'm playing now. Not like his new content that might get taken down. But that's all from me. I've been Glade, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to support the content. And one last thing, you're welcome.